cannabis brand celebrating New York home grow with big giveaway. The New York weed community shouted in collective joy this week when the state's Office of Cannabis Management officially legalized home cultivation. Adults 21 and over in the Empire State can now grow up to 6 plants, 3 mature and 3 immature. Again, what does that mean? And a 12-plant cap per household. To celebrate the milestone, cannabis seed bank ILGM, short for I Love Growing Marijuana, is offering a few lucky New Yorkers the opportunity to kickstart their gardens. The brand is giving $100 worth of free cannabis seeds to 420 New York residents on a first-come, first-served basis. Interested home growers can simply fill out a form, and if they make it in time, they'll be issued a discount code. Anyone who registers after the first 420 will receive a 30% off coupon. Quote, "We're thrilled about New York's progressive move to allow home cultivation," said Ernst Rustenhoven, CEO of ILGM, in a statement sent to Green State. "To mark this significant occasion, we want to give back to the community by providing our high-quality seeds, enabling New York's cannabis enthusiasts to embark on their home-growing journey." The giveaway is, quote, "part of ILGM's broader mission to promote informed, responsible, and rewarding cannabis cultivation for all. It aims to empower and support the burgeoning community of home growers." The company has dozens of different strains in its catalog, including feminized and autoflower varieties. Recommended strains for beginners include popular varieties like apple fritter and wedding cake, along with several classic Kush strains. New York legalized cannabis in 2021, and advocates for personal cultivation have been pushing for updated legislation since. And despite nearly every state having some type of legal cannabis, only a handful permit home grow. The news from the East Coast is a huge win for the community, and many hope it'll have a ripple effect across the country. So I posted this story on Reddit, in the New York cannabis subreddits, and just the New York City subreddit, and let me say it is poppin'. People are ready to tap in with those free seeds. I know some of you guys were skeptical earlier this week when the HomeGrow news dropped, saying that how many people actually will be growing their own in their tiny apartments. What do you guys think about this stuff? I'm curious.
I mean,
a lot of green closets.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see how anyone's going to be really growing any like crazy fire. Like you may have like one person, maybe two, that are able to do some things, but like ultimately, unless you have a big enough space, you know what I mean, have like 20 lights, it's going to be pointless.
Shit, you got an apartment in Dumbo, and you got that a walk-in closet as big as an apartment everywhere else. You can have a nice little.
It's really, you know what? It's really all going to depend upon on their success, Rachelle. You know what? It's ultimately all going to depend upon how good their packaging is.
It will be on the streets.
It's all, yeah. It's all.
You just mentioned this because he's got amazing new die-cut Mylar spray packs. That's right. Out to the East Coast.
Exactly.
The best THCA in the world.
Spray the A.
The best food grade terps.
Exactly. Dr. T, you have any thoughts?
I've got friends who've got 2 to 4 lights that are putting off amazing weed. I actually have some carbon fiber. My friend Hashy Mike just came out to me that's mind-blowing. I say any move to put the power in people's hands and allow home grow people to grow their own plants.
Yeah. One of my points I was bringing up yesterday, Matt, was that the New York power grid won't be able to sustain if a whole bunch of people in a whole bunch of buildings start going and throwing 4 lights up. Their power grid will not be able to sustain that.
Why 4 lights? My first garden was one 1,500-watt high-pressure sodium light. It made 6 beautiful plants. It was perfect in the closet and took care of a lot of people for a bit. So you don't need 4 lights.
Yeah, Jason.
Well, I'm going to say that you do to make it worth the time. I'm going to say you need at least a minimum of 4 lights. I'd say really you need a minimum of 8 lights, but whatever. But Dr. T, that's funny that you say that because I remember my very, very first plant, first grow or whatnot. It was the learning curve. I had an aquarium light in a closet. Needless to say, I didn't do too well with that the first time around, but nonetheless, we did progress and get ultimately really, really good at it. But that's the learning
I
curve
love
right there.
my first grow stories.
Yes, yeah. I mean, come on. It was in a little cubby in the closet, and I didn't really know what what's the stuff called, the silver stuff on the walls. I forget. No. The silver stuff that we would hang up. I forget what it's called. But anyways, in this situation, in my first grow, I actually had aluminum foil up in lieu of that, and so that was a whole nother problem too.
Yeah, I don't know. You just need something to reflect the light.
Yeah. The silver. I mean, I'm just going to call it Mylar for the sake of calling it.
It is Mylar.
It is Mylar. All right, there we go.
Yeah, before they had it for bags, we had it for our walls.
Yes.
That's what we call your lar.
Mylar. Mm-hmm. Make it shiny. Make it reflect.
Reflect.
Yeah.
It's all about self-reflection.
Self-reflection, baby.
It's the theme of the show today. Self-reflection.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
You know, you live in a place where, like Dr. Mark out there, and all their home grows is out there on the outside, as opposed to inside. But New York, they're not going to be able to get away with that.
Rooftops.
Yeah, come on, Dr. T. That's not real.
Rooftops.
That's not. You're gonna have all those base jumpers just hopping around building to building, just clipping everybody's plants.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Exactly. He lives out there in New York, and then maybe he'll have like find some new other superhero, and he's gonna be Spider Mite.
This is gonna call the New York supervillain.
Exactly.
Who comes and steals everybody's rooftop weed.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Spider Mite. Mm-hmm. I can see it now.
Stole all my weed. Now we got to fight.
Exactly.
Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but big ups to New York and the homegrown. I'm not gonna hate on that, Jason. I know you hating. So It's not the.
I'm not hating. I'm just living in the parameters of reality. Everyone else doesn't want to do that nowadays.